Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the channel. My name is Tony. This is the 15-minute gamer, and today we're doing another introducing video. This is Carrier Command 2. I loved the original Carrier Command. Carrier Command 2, on the other hand, is a real-time strategy game that puts you in command of a futuristic carrier capable of deploying a vast array of aircraft and amphibious units, compete against AI or human players, and hop into every single vehicle to take matters into your own hands. Yes, this is another project I think you might be interested in. The demo just dropped onto Steam and you can check it out now. Before we start, don't forget, if you liked the video, drop it a like, hit that subscribe button, the notification bell's really important, and comment below about this game. Anyway, without further ado, I've got some gameplay for you. The trailer's on in the background. I'm going to chat a little bit about this and the original. Hope you enjoy it. Let's go. So guys, before we start, a bit of a history lesson. The first title in the series was Carrier Command all the way back in 1988. Yes, I put some gameplay on screen now so you can see what it looked like. And it was published by a company called Rainbird, which I'd never heard of. Then in 2012, a new title called Carrier Command Gear Mission, developed by Bohemia Interactive. Yeah, the guys behind Armour and DayZ and that sort of thing. And yes, you can still get it on Steam, believe it or not. And this was kind of a remake of the original, but with updated graphics and stuff like that. This is where I first became aware, and I remember picking it up from a game store and installing it on my new fancy PC. Unfortunately, I lost the CD during a house move, and my current computer doesn't even have a CD-ROM, so, you know, one of them things. And in them days, physical games were on there. It wasn't just like a CD key for Steam, so it was never linked up. So there's my little bit of a sub story. Then about 6 months ago, I was just, cruising around the internet and noticed that Microprose were gonna bring it back. I got quite excited. I was like, yes, I love this game. I love the mix of RTS mixed with FPS. There's not many games that do that. You usually get one or the other, but mixing them together is like perfect game. So yeah, in the 2012 version, you could command air, sea, ground, and even be a soldier as you fought to take over the islands. So you just could you could do all sorts. So you could command it from your carrier, or you could get down and dirty on the ground. So moving on to 2021, and having spent about an hour with this demo, what do I think about it? Well, it's time to switch that gameplay up. Right, so now that the history lesson is over, let's look at the 2021 version of this game. So you sort of control your carrier from inside the bridge. There's buttons and screens everywhere, and for me, I love that. I love having things to press and things to do. So you're not just kind of just watching something happen. You feel like you're kind of impacting a little bit. You turn the power on, you're arming the weapons, you got to go over and press the button to launch your drones. You can walk around and do things. And I really appreciate that in a game because I think it just adds so much immersion into that space. So yeah, basically the tutorial talks you through how you play the game in basic ways. Basically, navigate to enemy island and capture it. There's 4 islands in this demo. Well, 5 including your home base. When you capture them, you get that in it, like you can have a supply chain, and there's maps to look forward to. There's a really cool holo viewer in the middle as well. So I was just kind of sailing over and just being like, yeah, you can wander around the ship, you can go outside. There's about 6 or 7 decks you can go down to. So you can go down to the bottom deck where the drones are stored, and you can actually go and look at them and stand up close to them and watch them launch if you want. I mean, I know there is multiplayer in this. I don't know if there's multi-crew, but I think multi-crew could be rather interesting in this sort of environment. So yeah, you can go down to the flight deck. You can have a look around. There's switches to press, like there's light switches everywhere. There's an elevator to go up and down. When your drones are going out and your aircraft are taking off, you can sit and watch them all from the bridge. And again, there's just not many games that do that these days. So it was nice to see that there was a bit of an environment. So here we are approaching the island. So it asks us to arm the main gun. Again, I just love the fact there's a switch to press to arm the main gun. So you've actually got to click it on to get that armed. There's also like this little periscope thing you can look through, and you'll pick targets up. You can have manual control or auto control. This is where you select your weapons. You can stabilize it. You can look at the map. You can do all sorts from in this view. You can see your vehicles on here, so you'll see little crosses as they go across, and pick out targets to fire at. Now let's have a look at how you launch your drones. So again, all interactive. So you just deploy 1, 2, 3, and 4. You'll see the little button presses on there, and to the right of it is the air. So you just press air 1 and 2. You'll then can go down to this little control screen where you can see your vehicles on the screen and start giving them commands and orders. So to give them orders, you just look at the screen, you zoom into where your carrier is so you can see them. They'll come as a little round dot, and you just left click and drag to where you want them to go, which is generally going to be the middle of the island where the radar dish is, and then they'll just go off and auto go there. You can control them, but to get them there, you might as well just let them go off on their own. They'll fire, they'll maneuver, and that sort of thing. Just as a bit of a prerequisite, the AI is a little bit terrible. Both times I tried taking over an island, 2 got stuck on the back of my ship and wouldn't move, which meant when the other 2 drones got there, they had no backup, and it was a little bit of a problem. Next, to show you the ship weapons, I find some targets on the island just while I'm waiting for my drones to get there. So there's 3 targets in the distance. I then request fire support. You'll see the shells shoot up from the ship, and within about 2 seconds, they get obliterated, as you'll see in a second. When it lands, there we go. Boom! What an explosion. I must admit the graphics aren't great on this game, but I did enjoy that explosion. I also noticed there was about 2 or 3 on the island as well sneaking up on me, so I also took them out as well. What the game didn't tell me is what I could have done is activated some of my other weapons so that I could have used them against the enemies as well. And there you go, you can see me little drones driving off into the distance. Next up to show you is taking control of a vehicle. It is now nighttime. There is a full kind of day and night cycle within this game, so it got a little bit dark at this point. So what you can do is click on the control panel where you give them orders, and then ask to go to camera, and that will camera onto the vehicle you have clicked on. I would maybe like to see a few more actions here, maybe like defensive or unload troops or something. I'd like to see a little bit more there, but yeah, you connect in and then you can take control. So you can drive. All you have to do is press the R key and you can drive, or you can control the weapons, or in this case you got to drop some little virus bots off, put them beside the radar dish, and then they'll kind of like take over the radar dish for you. But yeah, you can control any vehicles. If they have a gun, you can take over the gun and take them out as well. So you can see I'm just driving up here. The graphics look alright once you're on the ground. Not as bad as what I thought they were going to be. Look kind of retro, I suppose is a good way to put it. I dropped my little virus bots and then just have a bit of a drive around. So I noticed one of the drones that it got stuck was in a bit of trouble. I'm not controlling this. This is auto, and as you can see, he's just throwing rounds down range at that target, and within a second, boom, up in smoke. And there you go. He defended himself. I thought I was going to have to take control after him getting stuck, but no, he handled that pretty well. Just to show you, there's the full infantry logistics / loadout for your drones. So in here you can see what supplies you've got. You can look at your barges, so those barges can bring you supplies. And also you can then look at your vehicles and outfit them with different weapons and stuff like that. So I quite like, again, just cool little screens to go to and interact with. They have their own area. Then I move over to aircraft control and just decide to press more buttons to see what happens. I don't have any surface drones left. And there you go, I've put some spotlights on because I thought I'm going to take off a plane. You can see that I can move it up and down, left and right. Again, how cool is that? Again, just full clickable things. It's now time to launch an aeroplane. I thought it was about time. We had nothing in the air. And I thought, you know what? That's what you do. I'm an aircraft carrier. Let's get some airplanes up. There you go. You can see it coming on deck now. It's quite a cool little model. It's got that like kind of drone look. It's got Gatling guns and missiles on. It takes off automatically, but you can see it there just kind of reversing. I also just playing with the alarm as well, turn the alarm on and off. Unfortunately, I was expecting the alarm to be like totally loud and turn all the lights red. It doesn't. It like makes this quiet little beeping noise. But you can see getting in position there, and then we should be able to see the propeller spool up. There we go, and it flies off. And then instantly want to just take control of it. And you can see there's same sort of actions again. It's called the albatross. You can control where you want it to go. I want to check out the other side of the island in case there was anything I kind of missed before I moved on. And then you've got your camera. So with like kind of the ship camera as well, you can see, so just down in the bottom right, you can see all my things. You can see it's missile select. I can move that around. I can steer. I've got guns. I've got missiles. I can control that plane if I wanted to and fly it around and go up and down. So again, really cool features. And as we watch the drone coming into land, I'm going to wrap this video up. I hope you enjoyed it. I just wanted to give an overall view, impressions, kind of what this game is about, because you don't have many RTSs mixed with FPS, as I said. I think it's a really interesting project. I'm definitely going to keep my eye on it. It said summer 2021, so maybe 2 or 3 months away. It seems a little bit rough to be that close. I think it needs to be a little bit more delayed. They need to sort the AI bugs out. I think there could be some graphical improvements here or there. The tutorial needs a lot of work, and the mission structure needs to be in there so it's clear, it's concise, maybe a training area. However, I think it's a really interesting little project. You can head on Steam now, download the demo, wishlist it for when it comes out. And yeah, I'm really excited for this one anyway. I just hope it lives up to expectations. Thank you very much for watching. Catch us on the next one. Goodbye.